The death of Queen Mary. On the 17th of November 1558, the tyrannical reign of the Queen of England concluded. Mary I, often dubbed Bloody Mary for her ruthless persecution of over 200 individuals during her 5-year rule, marked a dark chapter in English history. Her reign was marred by religious upheaval and authoritarianism, inherited from her father, King Henry VIII. Motivated by a reverent religious zeal, Mary's rule was overshadowed by her relentless pursuit of religious conformity, targeting Protestants and heretics. Her inability to produce an heir weighed heavily on her, leading to further persecution and blame placed on dissenters. Mary's health issues compounded her stress throughout her life, raised in the tumultuous aftermath of her father's divorce from her mother, Catherine of Aragon. Mary endured separation from her mother, which left a profound emotional scar. Her fragile health, marked by bouts of sickness from childhood, exacerbated her already strained existence. Physically frail with fiery red hair and a strong voice, Mary's health deteriorated as she reached adolescence, plagued by recurring illnesses affecting her head and stomach. Despite surviving smallpox, her health remained precarious, casting a shadow over her reign and ultimately contributing to her demise at the age of 42. Mary's health continued to deteriorate, plagued by persistent ailments that left her unable to keep food down. Concerned for his daughter's well-being, King Henry VIII dispatched numerous royal doctors in an attempt to alleviate her suffering. Various physicians attempted to diagnose and treat Mary's condition, ultimately attributing her symptoms to strangulation of the womb. This affliction manifested in a myriad of distressing symptoms, including menstrual irregularities, depression, breathing difficulties, abdominal pains, and swelling. Mary's documented struggles extended beyond physical discomfort, encompassing a lack of appetite, severe headaches, nausea, vomiting, and fainting spells. These debilitating health issues cast a shadow over her prospects as a potential heir to the throne, exacerbating her emotional turmoil. Following her mother's downfall and subsequent removal from the line of succession, Mary found herself ostracized by her father, compounding her sense of isolation and abandonment. Seeking solace with her half-sister Elizabeth, Mary's restricted freedom led to moments of respite. She was often observed riding horseback around the estate. However, her status as a threat to the succession prompted authorities to impose harsh restrictions, compelling her to renounce her royal titles and endure mistreatment within her household. Threats of execution loomed ominously, further exacerbating Mary's already fragile state. As Mary approached her 19th birthday, her health plummeted to alarming levels. Despite efforts by Lady Shelton and a hired professional to alleviate her symptoms, Mary's condition worsened, pushing her to the brink of death. Suspicion surrounded her treatment, with fears of potential repercussions for those involved in her care. Even royal doctors hesitated to intervene, wary of association with her potential demise. Amidst the uncertainty, the intervention of King Henry's trusted advisor, Thomas Cromwell, offered a glimmer of hope. Dr. Butt, the king's personal physician, prescribed a specialized treatment regime, attributing Mary's deteriorating health to her living conditions. While she experienced a temporary improvement, her illness persisted, exhibiting unpredictable patterns and fluctuating severity. Despite her precarious health, Mary's aspirations for a royal marriage remained elusive, with potential suitors deterred by her chronic illnesses. Desperate for relief, Mary appealed to Cromwell for leniency and improved conditions, but her plea yielded little respite. Despite her ongoing struggles, Mary continued to fulfill familial duties, including serving as chief mourner at her father's consort's funeral. As the winter of 1537 approached, Mary's health once again faltered, casting doubt on her future and perpetuating her cycle of suffering and uncertainty. Mary's health declined to such an extent that she struggled to maintain basic activities like standing or sitting for extended periods of time. Episodes of fainting, coupled with heart palpitations, heightened concerns for her well-being, prompting fears that her demise was imminent. Despite these dire moments, Mary managed to rally, accompanying her father and his sixth wife, Catherine Parr, on their honeymoon, albeit briefly, before succumbing to illness once more. In 1547, following her father's passing and the accession of her Protestant half-brother, Mary's anxiety intensified. As a devout Catholic, she feared persecution or even death under her brother's reign. However, fate intervened, and Mary seized the throne after deposing Edward's successor, Lady Jane Grey. Her subsequent marriage to Philip of Spain in 1554 stirred controversy and public resentment, casting doubt on her judgment and reigniting fears of foreign influence. Amidst the rumours of pregnancy, Mary retreated into seclusion at Hampton Court Palace. Despite claims of impending motherhood, no child materialised, leading to speculation and disappointment. Her mental and physical health deteriorated further, exacerbated by phantom pregnancy symptoms and deepening depression. Mary's resilience faltered as recurring illnesses plagued her, compounded by external crises such as the famine and influenza outbreak of 1558. Despite fleeting moments of improvement, her condition worsened, marked by fever, dropsy, and cognitive decline. Recognizing her mortality, Mary prepared her will and designated her Protestant half-sister Elizabeth as her successor. In her final days, Mary's devout faith sustained her as she prayed for salvation and experienced vivid visions. On the morning of the 17th of November 1558, she passed away, leaving behind a legacy marked by religious upheaval and ruthless suppression of dissent. Various theories have been suggested regarding the cause of Mary's death, ranging from ovarian dropsy to cancer or tumours. Regardless of the exact ailment, Mary's reign, though brief, left an undeniable mark on England, characterised by religious persecution and turmoil. Despite her struggles with health and the burdens of leadership, Mary's impact on the English history remains undeniable.